saying hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application, Today in History. What happened today in history?
Historical calendar, and on its website, onthisday.com.
Yep. For links to those sources.
And Xander is going to bring us the news.
Well, the history news, at least.
Yeah,
history
That happened.
History
years
is
ago.
news. It's just, old news. So, but anyway, for links to those sources, the music done by Carrera right there, that guy right there, the Shirtless Wonder, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
Johan.
Do you have a banana? Are you going to do the banana thing again?
No.
Oh, damn. We got to do that again. That was fun. Then we also have Carrera. That's when you introduce yourself.
Oh, I am like. My name is Carrera, and I am here to help as much as I can.
Yep.
And then we got our boy here.
Anyway, today is Thursday, also known as Thursday, October 20th, 2022. 11 more days, people. Here we go. So,
Yeah, 11 more days he comes home.
well, 11 more days until Scott's birthday,
Yeah.
and also Halloween, Anyway, Mr. Sohan, do you want to start us off here in 1097?
1097, the first Crusaders arrive at Antioch during the First Crusade.
Ah, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. First Crusade.
And a big time jump to 1528, the Treaty of Gorenchum, signed between Holy Roman Emperor Charles IV and Duke of Charles Danders?
Guilders, I think. Guilders.
Others.
I don't know. Old European words, so. Ooh, this is a cool looking
He
hat.
was grilled.
Uno mas.
And 1536, King Christian III of Denmark and Norway leads reform in Catholic possessions.
Huh. That's, I have a challenge for the viewer. If you want to tell us what this exactly means, please let us know. So you're moving on up here to, 1603 actually. A Chinese uprising in the Philippines failed after 23,000 people were murdered. Holy crap. So.
The Philippines have been back and forth so many years. It's crazy, dude.
It's wild to think that the Chinese were doing stuff to them in the 1600s, Like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
then 1634, British King Charles I disbanded new ship money tax. What the hell is that? Ship money tax.
You got me on that one.
It says here, let's see if I can expand this. Ship money. Ship money was a tax of medieval origin levied intermittently in the Kingdom of England until the middle of the 17th century. Assessed typically on the inhabitants of coastal areas of England, it was one of several taxes that English monarchs could levy by prerogative without the approval of Parliament. The attempt of King Charles I from 1634 onwards to levy ship money during peacetime and extended it to the inland counties of England without parliamentary approval provoked fierce resistance and was one of the grievances of the English property class in the lead up to the English Civil War. Yeah, so those Brits, they really love their taxes. I mean, I've talked about this before. Did you know that they actually had a window tax? Like,
we actually went through this on the last show.
Yeah, window.
Because I brought up the TV tax.
The TV tax, was that an actual tax though?
Yes, it is.
All right, well, let's look up TV tax.
Tickets in Canada.
Television license, I see. Okay. See, a television license or broadcast receiving license is payment required in many countries for the reception of television broadcasts or the possession of a television set, where some broadcasts are funded in full or in part by the license fee paid. Wow, so you actually had to pay a license to get a television. That's bogus.
And
Like,
every TV you have in your house in the UK and Canada, you have to pay for.
is it? Wow. So it looks like television licenses around the world. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing the U.S. in here at all. Soviet Union. Huh. Oh, there's the U.S. Countries that have never had a television or broadcasting license: USA, USA, and Nigeria. Cool. All right.
Bulgaria,
Brazil
China,
and China.
Brazil.
Oh God, we're in a list with China. Wonderful. Yeah, I put links to all of these three taxes in the description here. The window tax, although here was a property tax based on the number of windows in a house. It was a significant social, cultural, and architectural force in England, France, and Ireland during the 18th and 19th centuries. To avoid the tax, some houses from the period can be seen to have bricked up window spaces ready to be glazed or reglazed at a later date. So wow, so they actually boarded up their windows to reduce their tax. Like these British, they just love their taxation. Like, wow.
1776 will rise again.
Yep. Yeah, we're almost there too. Anyway, Carrera, are you able to read today?
I have my glasses on. I think
Okay.
I can.
All right. Why don't you take 1714 here?
So in 1714, George Ludwig von Hanover, crowned as British King George I at what?
Westminster.
Westminster Abbey.
Yep. Oh, cool. King George the First. That's interesting. Wow. 1774. I don't like this. What the hell?
Let's go with that.
Yeah, actually, these two here for you. Actually,
All right. In
these
1774, American Continental Congress orders discouragement of entertainment.
What?
What?
How are you gonna keep morale up? People need to be entertained. You know.
Yeah,
That-
for sure.
That.
Theatrics, everything. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
depends on it depends on what entertainment was going on.
yeah, but it just says entertainment discourages of. Let me look this up here. I'm just gonna check out this. Oh, that was the wrong button. Check out this. 1774, the new Continental Congress passed a resolution discouraging theatrical entertainments, and the individual states quickly passed laws forbidding stage performances. Professional troops were forced to either disband or leave the country. Wow. What the hell? Why?
Why?
That's ridiculous.
Probably British propaganda.
Probably.
Yeah, because it was right before we went to war, so.
Yeah, just a few years prior. So maybe they were being throat booted by the British to do that. Because maybe it was actually pro-US propaganda. You know?
All right, in 1786, Harvard University organizes the first economical expedition in the U.S.
Astronomical.
Did I read that wrong?
Yes, it's astronomical, not economical. But still, big word. I'm impressed. But
Sorry, guys.
no, it's all right. People misspell, people mistake all the time. I do it all the time too. I just call it the muffin mouth. But what is an astronomical expedition? Let me look that up.
I actually don't know.
What is an astronomical? Well, let's see here. It's not going to really tell me. It's just, Which college organized the first astronomical expedition? Okay, 1780. The observers left about 3 weeks earlier on October 9th from Harvard College, Cambridge, Massachusetts. A boat was supplied by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the 4 professors and 6 students. On October 20th, they discovered a thin arc of the sun instead of its complete obstruction by the moon. Okay, so they were going on an expedition to stargaze, or look at what appears to be what is that, eclipse. So that's interesting. I'd like to go on.
That that's actually very beautiful. And if anybody ever gets the chance, watch an eclipse and watch what is it? The Borealis?
Aurora
The
Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
The
It,
Aurora
it
Borealis, at this time of day, at this time of year, located entirely in your kitchen. Yes. Can I see? No. Oh.
oh.
If anybody knows what I'm talking about, steamed hams, from the luncheon that Skinner and Chalmers had at his house. And he set his house on
Yeah.
fire accidentally, so. But yeah, no, if
Yep,
you're
by
going to look.
burning the ham.
Yeah. If you're going to look at the eclipse, don't do it like Trump did without glasses, just looking straight up. Like, look at that. Why are you doing that? You goofy goober. So. Anyway, Mr. Sohan, you want to take 1803 here?
Okay, 1803, U.S. Senate ratifies the Louisiana Purchase.
Yes.
That was a big deal, and they got it for cheap.
Dude, it
Yep.
was like the Louisiana Purchase is hysterical because was it like 9% of the land is actually Louisiana?
Anything that's through the Mississippi is Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah. So I have here. So it has just a thin strip of Louisiana, and then like Arkansas, Oklahoma, part of Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, South and North Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, and Minnesota. And then it leads up into like Saskatchewan and Alberta, Canada, but that's been cut off by the 88th parallel or whatever. But still, it's a lot of land.
We kind of stole it from the Native Americans. So
Well, the French did, and they sold it to us. So that way, Napoleon actually himself sold that to us because 2 reasons. One, he was caught up in his own war up in Europe, and two, because of that, sold it for 2 reasons, or 2 reasons. One of them is a two-part reason in itself. As I said, already had his own war going on in Europe, and he had no, military, or any enforcement there to actually prevent the U.S. from just taking it anyway, and he needed the money for the war effort, So there you go.
yeah, for sure. So
Oh, this one's cool. Oh, I was just talking about this actually. So, Sohan, if you don't mind. taking these two.
1818, the 49th parallel forms as borders between U.S. and Canada.
Aha. So, 15 years later. That's interesting. I was literally just talking about that. The 49th parallel.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, we actually had a full conversation about that.
Ooh, also, 1827, naval battle of Nararino off the Peloponnese coast. English, Russian, French combined fleets beat a Turkish and Egyptian force, paving the way for Greek independence.
For Sparta! So, yeah.
This is Sparta.
This is Arby's.
This is Cake Town.
Don't do that because I really want some Arby's right now.
Arby's is bleh. Like, get some In and Out.
If you
Ooh.
say in and out again, I will slap you.
In and Out.
Also, 1847, 12-year-old English boy William Ellman poisoned his grandpa with arsenic, would become famous court case.
Damn. Wow. 12-year-old. Dang. Well, children are a lot more, tendency to kill people because they don't understand, life. So, You got a music premiere here in 1877.
1877, Franz Schubert 12th Symphony in B premieres.
Huh. I don't know.
So we always get into this when it comes to music.
Yeah. It's the key, right? That's what it's called?
It's the key that it's in, and they can change the key
Ah.
to like D or D sharp or anything,
Yeah.
and still have that same effect.
Yep. Moving on up into 1889, Gerhard Hauptmann's play Vor Sonnenanfang, or Before Dawn, premiered in Berlin to a scandalous reception. Huh. I guess they
I
didn't like it.
wonder why actually.
Let's see here.
That's kind of under scrutiny. Why?
Let's see if I can see if there's anything here. It's just telling me, the influence of Ibsen upon Hauptmann. Um,
Oh, it was his ideals. So
okay. So yeah, it was like probably like mildly political or fully political or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Anyway, I'm going to move on up to 1905. Russian Tsar Nicholas II allowed the Poles to speak Polish to help quell the revolution in the Kingdom of Poland. Yeah, what a concept. Let them speak their native tongue, huh? You know? Why is that such a difficult thing? So,
And why not?
exactly. In 1911, Helen Hayes Theater, or Folias Bourgeois, opened at 210 West 46th Street, New York City. All right. I don't know who Helen Hayes is, but cool. And then,
Hell, Helen Hayes was one of the big time actresses
ah,
back in the day. So can we say back in the day?
yeah, we can. I mean, if anyone can, you should. You're the oldest out of us three, but not by much. So,
You shut your mouth.
anyway, it's your turn. You got a historic event here in 1911, and I'm going to go into the other room and blow my nose with a voracious vigor. So, be right back.
All right, guys. In 1911, Norwegian. Man, I can't read. Rule.
Norwegian?
Yeah, I'm. Hold on. I gotta take
Okay.
my glasses off. Sorry.
What's the word?
No, I couldn't read because my glasses were on.
Oh,
So Norwegian. Roll. Blah, blah, blah.
Roald Amundsen. 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 Yeah, that one.
Amundsen?
Amundsen.
Sets out a race to the South Pole.
Yep. It was always a
And
competition.
and anybody that knows anything, our nuclear subs actually break through the ice on the North Pole, and they get out and they celebrate Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's a little factoid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's cool.
So in 1917, the U.S.
Suffragette.
suffragette. Interrupt me again.
I'm sorry. I thought you were having trouble, so. Anyway,
I love you.
go on.
Alice Paul begins 7-month jail sentence for peacefully. Let's do this right. Peacefully picketing support of women's suffrage, the right to vote, an amendment at the White House in Washington, D.C.
And this is how we know there was no arson, because it's not saying mostly peacefully. It's straight up peacefully. So now we know there's no fires or bombings or shootings or stabbings or lootings or maimings or any of that.
No, she was just there to lead a structured, peaceful protest.
And back then, they actually were, doing things to try to better life. Like, they weren't just complaining for the sake of complaining like they are today. Back then, they were fighting for the right to vote. They were fighting for, citizenship, for, equality, actual, real thing. Like, first and second wave feminism was real. This third wave malarkey is just ridiculous. Like, when will women have more rights than a gun? Really? Are you kidding me? So we gotta lock you up. Sure. We gotta prevent you from going on to school campuses. Oh my god. Anyway, Sohan, you got a good one here in 1918.
1918, in order to secure a World War I armistice, Germany agrees to further concessions.
Ah. So
he even said Germany.
Yeah.
Which is accurate.
Yep, the Rhineland. The motherland. Wait, no, the fatherland, right? That's Germany. Motherland's
yes,
Russia. Okay.
Yes, the fatherland.
The fatherland!
Oh!
We got some more here.
And another historical event, 1928, Wing Alaska Airways Inc. incorporated by first airline in Alaska and one of the first in the U.S. with Noah Wing as president.
Awesome. That's the actual first airline in Alaska, as it says. One of the first in the U.S., so that's really cool. 1928.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have Uno Mas, right?
You okay, Xander?
My nose just, it likes to do things. So...
In 1934, MLB All-Star team led by Connie Mack and including Babe Ruth, Jimmy Foxx, and Lou Gehrig sailed to Japan for 18-game series against Big Six University League.
Awesome.
Hold on. We gotta give it up to Babe because he's the home run king.
Didn't his record get broken?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, he did it all before all of these performance enhancing. Actually, he did it all with performance decreasing things. Wasn't he a smoker, a dipper, and a drinker? And he partied too much, and he was overweight, and he had a serious handicap.
He smoked on the field.
Yeah, and cigars, not just cigarettes. Big old stogies and shit.
Yeah, big old fucking Cuban cigars.
Dude, think about that. He's smoking cigars and then he has to run. Really? Wow. And
I'm surprised he did not run with the damn cigarette in his mouth.
Actually, he didn't have to because he would just knock that shit way out.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to see if there's actually an image of him running with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah. Great.
I can't see, no. No, but here he is with his cigarette in his mouth, just as a picture though. But yeah, no, I don't think that would be interesting though if he ever did that. Wait, moving on up into 1934, we got a music release. Richard Strauss completed his opera Die Schwierige Frau, and Die is the in German, so I know that. So he's not telling somebody he's not telling someone to cease aliving, but yeah. And then
retire from living.
Yeah. 1935, communist forces ended their long march at Yan'an in Shaanxi, China, bringing Mao Zedong to prominence. Ugh. Not good. Speaking of which, a lot of people are now calling Xi Jinping the modern-day Mao Zedong, which is not good. Because they're doing a lot of stuff that Germany did when Mao Zedong made his rise, and Like, it's I'm not liking the way things are playing out here as a historian. I'm seeing a lot of worrying alarms going off. But then also in 1935, Detroit Tigers future Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Hank Greenberg was named American League Most Valuable Player by the BWAA. Boston Red Sox pitcher Wes Farrell was runner-up. Cool.
Bomb, bomb.
And then back to Carrera. Got some more sports history in 1936.
Let's roll with it. 1936, Carl Hubert, 26-6, edges out Desi Dean. Oh my God, 24-13 for MVP honors in the NL National League.
How is that edging it out? That's an 11-point difference. So,
He's just a badass.
yeah.
Quote that word again.
Yeah, why? Stop. Sohan. Why do you do this to me? You monster. And now I have both definitions in my brain. Thank you very much, you bastard.
Yeah, I love you. Oh! 1939, All the Things You Are, recorded by Tommy Dorsey Orchestra.
Cool. Huh. And then you got an
And no, I hate you.
encyclical.
1939, Pope Pius the fucking weird
12.
thing publishes his first encyclical of summit pontification.
Yeah, and as I mentioned before, an encyclical is essentially like a memo, for the church. The encyclical is submitted is subtitled "On the Unity of Human Society." It was the first encyclical of Pius XII and was seen as setting a tone for his papacy. So, for further reading on this encyclical, I'm putting the link to that in the underbar. There's a lot of links already gathered. Then, let's see here. Trying to see if there's anything. Now let's just move on up to 1944. Ooh, this one. You lucky son of a gun.
I got one more, so let's make it good.
This is a good one.
1944, U.S. forces under General Douglas MacArthur returned from the Philippines with the landing of the U.S. 6th Army on Leyte.
Yep.
Holy hell.
Yeah, he was in the Philippines when the Japanese invaded and everything, and they pushed us off of there. And he said, "I shall return." Back in like 1941 or whatever it happened, 42, and then here we go. He did return. Douglas MacArthur, the Patton of the West. So, which I said that yesterday, and it's weird because the Patton's from the West. So, yeah,
we actually did talk about that. That's funny.
Yeah.
But he was the man.
Yes, in the Pacific Theater. So, and he also was in charge of the U.S. forces during the first portions of the Korean War, but he was dismissed because he kept saying we should nuke China, and we should have. So.
No.
Yeah. Well, look at the problem they are today. So if we had done that, they wouldn't have intervened, with Korea, and we wouldn't have North Korea and all that stuff, today. Like,
if we would have did that, we would have been known as the enemies to look out for.
Yeah, true.
We became the problem with Japan already.
Yeah. Anyway,
and it's scary how powerful we are.
It is. And it's good that we haven't been completely and totally evil. Like we're not without sin as a nation. Even especially since then. But if if like Germany or the Soviet Union or like any other nation, like even the United Kingdom, like if any of them had broken the nuclear bomb before us, like how different would the world be? Like especially if one of our allies, the UK, you know, would have said, "Oh, you want us to give up India? Well, we have nukes, so we're not going to give up India." India probably wouldn't even be existing. It's probably still would be the British Raj. So it's wild to think about that. But
You're actually right.
hmm they're a very colonial, people. The UK, the Brits. So
I don't want to ever take anything away from you, but I think Big Boy and Little Boy was the wrong direction we should have went.
well, see, the thing is, a lot of people they mistake that was what caused Japan to surrender. It wasn't. This is why we had like a third bomb, which eventually became the Demon Core, as some people know about, that we didn't use. The main thing that the main catalyst of Japan surrendering is once again the Russians. They were invading through Mongolia and Manchuria and all that stuff, and they actually continued pushing about a week or so after the armistice between the U.S. and Japan had been signed, trying to grab as much land as they could before starting another war, and then they stopped. But it was
And
the Soviets, so
I really hate to bring this up, but 6,000 Jews got killed,
million.
or excuse me, 6 million versus 50 million Russians.
Yeah, well, not to mention what China, was doing to themselves with all of their communist revolutionaries. What Japan was doing to China, there's a game they played involving their bayonets and Chinese babies, and I'm pretty sure you can put the two and two together. I'm not going to say it on the air because it's just disgusting. What Japan did to China was absolutely disgusting. But we all focus on the Holocaust.
Sure.
It's bad as well, but there's a lot more and there's worse things that happened during World War II than the Holocaust. Tell you that much. So
Yeah, you're right. And let's move on. And
yeah. So you have another one here, right? 47.
Yep, I do. 1947, Robert Jeffers' play Medea, adapted from Euripides, premieres in New York City.
Interesting. They adapted a play from a Greek playwright. That's cool. Euripides.
Also, 1950, chemist Archer, John Porter Martin, and James Lovelock give the first demonstration of gas chromatography at
Uh,
the at a meeting of the Biochemical Society. The technique is rapidly adopted by the petrochemical industry.
so what is this? Gas chromatography. Um,
it was the first incarnation of 87.
gas chromatography is a common type of chromatography used in analytical chemistry for separating and analyzing compounds that can be vaporized without decomposition. Typical use of GC include testing the purity of a particular substance or separating the different components of a mixture. Interesting. So maybe that's how people figure out what herbs and spices are in KFC, not the actual ratio, but what the different ingredients are. At least it's a start, I think. And for an example,
Yeah.
it might not be a good one, but I think it. Anyway, 1954, Leigh Charlap Stein Comden and Green's musical Peter Pan, starring Mary Martin and Cyril Richard, opened at Winter Garden Theater in New York City, running for 152 performances. Not bad. So we got a historic publication in 1955, publication of The Return of the King, the third and final volume of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, by George Allen and Unwin in London. Well, that's cool.
That is a fucking moment in history.
Yeah. And then we got 1957. Lester B. Pearson was the first Canadian to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his aid in resolving the Suez Crisis. Good. You have the whole Suez Canal thing with Israel and Egypt and all that stuff and whatnot. So dang. Moving back up over to Carrera. You got another 1957 here.
Alright, let's go. 1957, Walter Cronkite begins hosting weekly documentary.
Nice. I know that name, Walter Cronkite.
How
How about this one? If you can see it.
I'm having trouble with my eyes.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you take a little breather then, if you want.
1960, first fully mechanized post office opened in Providence, Rhode Island.
So that's really cool. Like they have to have some kind of must be analog back then, or reading letters,
just
sorting, all that stuff.
Just straight up like we're doing hard work.
Reminds me of that scene from Men in Black 2 when he goes to reinstate Kay, and he's working at the post office, and there's that one alien in the machine with all the arms, just like with all the letters.
Yeah. The thing is, even though he's an alien, the one problem he had was the alien was smoking.
Yeah. No smoking.
I'm smoking.
I'm vaping. I mean, I'll be smoking a little bit later myself, but yeah.
1960, Ralph Hook 41 replaces Casey Stengel as Yankee manager.
Huh. Alright. I don't know why they don't show Ralph Hook like they're showing the replacement. Once again, why are they showing the guy they're getting rid of or the second place? Why not the guy that is getting the position? That's weird. And you have one more if you want.
Oh my God. This right here is one of my favorites. Peter, Paul, and Mary debuts folk album Peter, Paul, and Mary, #1 on the U.S. album charts.
What year was that?
1960.
1962.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Then, you got one here in 1963.
Yeah, 1963, Alec Douglas Home, Conservative Party forms British government. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And 1963, Jim Brown sets NFL single season rushing record. 1863
yards.
Yards, baby.
1,863 yards. That's a lot of yards.
Yes.
I actually have a yardstick somewhere. I did. No, it's downstairs. Never mind. So, never mind. False alarm.
1963, South Africa begins trial of Nelson Mandela and 8 others on conspiracy charges.
Ay. Nelson Mandela
Oh.
was shafted.
This goes back to the what is it called when
why can't I remember it?
when you remember things.
Apartheid. This is apartheid. So.
Holy shit, though.
Yeah. Moving on up to 1965, 19th National Hockey League All-Star Game, Montreal Forum in Montreal, Quebec. All-Stars beat Montreal Canadiens 5-2, with the most valuable player being Henry Richard of the Montreal Canadiens. Or center, I guess. Center. I don't know.
Fart on you.
1966, Nobel Prize for Literature awarded jointly to Jewish writers Shmuel Yosef Agnon and Nelly Sachs. All right. Oh, is this the one I'm thinking about? 1967, a purported Bigfoot was filmed at Bluff Creek by Roger Patterson and Robert Grimlin in Northern California. Is this like that famous one? Was walking, kind of like looking to its side.
Yeah, like weird walking and looking at the camera.
Yes, it is. This is the famous one. I don't know why that's not highlighted. This is big. This is one of the first things anybody thinks about whenever they think about cryptozoology, Bigfoot, aliens, monsters, anything. One of the most prominent images that comes into anybody's mind. That and the now debunked Loch Ness monster thing. The little neck, the old black and white photo.
And for everybody watching right now, we're not big conspiracy theorists, but that is one of the biggest.
Oh, there's a lot of things. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's a lot of the theories involving Bigfoot itself, and some of them actually might make sense if you actually why do I look like Ethel Roosevelt? But no, there's a lot of really somewhat convincing theories, especially when you start putting theories together, like the whole thing about the Hollow Earth. Maybe the Bigfoots are actually from the inner Earth or something, and then there's a whole SCP thing about it. Which
Godzilla exists.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take my last article here in 1971. Ain't Supposed to Die a Natural Death musical by Melvin Van Peebles opened at Barrymore Theater in New York City, running for 325 performances. Cool.
Wow, that's a lot.
Why does this guy look like an old, disheveled-looking Samuel L. Jackson?
Well, because he did 325 fucking performances.
That explains things. Well, now it's your turn again, Mr. Carrera.
In 1971, U.S. Senator Edward... Hold on.
You okay?
We got another Kennedy.
Yep.
Edward Kennedy calls for a withdrawal of British troops from Northern Ireland. Wow. And all-party negotiations to establish a united Ireland.
Yes. A free and united Ireland, I support. And a free and united Scotland. Scotland freedom!
Freedom!
Yes. Got another one here in 71.
Alright, I'm gonna look at it. 1971, West German Chancellor Willy Brandt is awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Cool.
Hey, good job, bro.
Yeah. Ooh, Sohan, if you're there, I see you're muted, so he might be AFK. Looks like he's AFK, so we're just gonna... There he is.
What?
1972?
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, 1972. John Dearman is appointed British poet laureate by Queen Elizabeth II.
Huh. Alright.
And
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Racist bitch.
Yeah. Child eater.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
1974. 1973, Marionette Hartley appears on the Bob Newhart show in the episode Have You Met Miss Dietz?
Ah. Well, have you met Miss Dietz? I have not.
I haven't either.
Huh.
In 1973, Queen Elizabeth II opens the Sydney Opera House.
Nice. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I've seen a meme involving the Sydney Opera House, and now I'm gonna pass on the curse. Sydney Opera House dishes. As soon as you've seen this picture, you will never be able to see the Sydney Opera House in the same way again. It looks
You're
like
you are a complete asshole.
Okay then, another one for you. Legend.
I'm totally like scared for my life now.
1973, U.S. President Nixon proclaimed Jim Thorpe to have been the greatest athlete in the first half of the 20th century. All right. I wouldn't want any attention from Nixon. I am not a crook. So,
You knew what I was doing.
yep. No, see, like if you're gonna mimic, not Reagan. If you're gonna mimic Nixon, you gotta relax your lower jaw. Get those jowls. I am not a crook.
Ray gun.
And we got a historic event here in 1977. David Mamet's Life in the Theater premiered in New York City. All right.
I do know that.
Yep. And 1979.
Let me run with this one, cause you know I love the traveling Wilburys.
Go for it. We'll just go on to your turn.
1979, Bob Dylan appears on Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
And that was the first and only time he did that.
Ah, you got another Kennedy. They're everywhere. They're like cockroaches.
I fucking hate you.
I swear, like I wake up every morning, there's like 3 Kennedys hiding under my fridge.
1979, John F. Kennedy, Fitzgerald Kennedy, library dedicated in Boston.
Boston. They go around, with their power walks. Hey, I'm Boston in here. Where's my coffee? Gotta get some Dunkin'.
Oh shit,
Oh,
Donna
here we go.
Summers, baby. In 1980, Geffen Records released their first album, Donna Summers, The Wanderer.
Is that the one in my mind? Like da 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 da.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I'm the wanderer.
Now it's one of your turns. I don't know.
Actually, you have one more. 1982 here. If you want.
Am I gonna go with Billy Martin? All right,
Hey.
1982. Billy Martin fired as manager of the Oakland A's.
Hey.
Hey,
And now we have some hockey stuff for Sohan here. If he's there. Oh, he
Here.
is.
Stoyan, get your ass on the job. Come on, bro.
1984, Islanders Mike Bossy, 30th career hat trick, 4 goals.
I'm gonna say at least he's living up to the image in his profile picture. That's awful.
And I overskipped. 1988, Baseball World Series. LA Dodgers beat Oakland A's 5-2 at Oakland Amadella Conti Coliseum to clinch 4-1 series when NPFLA pitcher Earl Hersiner.
Huh.
Actually, that was a badass shutdown.
Dang.
You can't fuck with that.
You were 8 years old when it happened.
It doesn't matter. I'm old enough.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying it's a fact. Like you're into baseball at a young age. That's cool. Well, I guess most people are into stuff by that age. 8 years old, You're figuring things out. So, Sohan has one more here in '91.
Yes, I do. But I was going to do this one.
Ah,
1988, Reggie Rogers, Detroit Lions, #1 pick, kills 3 by driving intoxicated.
wow.
Um,
Woo!
Why are you cheering? 3 people died, dude.
I love it.
Also, 1988, man armed with explosives blows himself up in 125th Street subway station.
New York City. Dang.
Yep.
Wow. I guess some people are going to be late to work.
Some people ain't making it.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, sorry, I can't make it in today. I died. How?
I'm done. Fuck you.
No. It's like, sorry, boss, I can't make it today. I'm painted all over 125th Street.
I'm an art project. 1991, Brazilian McLaren driver Ayrton Senna clinched his second straight and third overall Formula One World Drivers' Championship by finishing second in the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. That's cool.
What was he driving?
A car, probably.
Oh, McLaren. He was
McLaren.
driving a McLaren.
McLaren driver, yeah, okay. In 1996, Wasim Akram, 257, and Shakleen Mustak got cricket test record 313 for 8th wicket versus Zimbabwe at Shaikupura. Okay. Then 1998, we have comedian Richard Pryor was awarded the first ever Kennedy Center Mark Twain Prize for American humor. That's cool.
He was one of the funniest men ever.
Yeah, he won an award for it. Anyway, I'm going to do a split here. Hello, welcome to part 2. We are still in the main body, moving on up into the next millennium, starting with the Carrera.
Oh my God, I want to go with 2001.
Do it.
Despite 2014 final round loss, Ireland in Dublin, England retained Six Nation Rugby Championship, set new records. The points, oh my God, 229 ties the score, 29 in overall points difference.
Plus 149.
That is bettering. Wow.
That's incredible. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I gotta go with Gandalfi.
Gandalfi.
Dolphy.
You shall not take Libya.
You shut your face.
Oh, we're
My
still
face
waiting
has no
for him to
hinges, I
become
can't.
Gandalfi the White.
The gray, bitch. The gray.
Go for it.
Alright, 2011 former leader of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, and his son. What the hell names are these?
Moatism?
Maybe? Are killed shortly after the Battle of Sirte in 2011 in custody of the NTC fighters.
What is NTC? Libya.
I would actually like to know what the hell that is.
National Transitional Council. Sometimes known as the Transitional National Council, was the de facto government of Libya for a period during and after the Libyan Civil War, in which rebel forces overthrew the Libyan Arab Jamahiriya of Muammar Gaddafi. Which, this is something a lot of people don't realize about Muammar Gaddafi. He was a hero to Africa. He was a great, great man. All he was trying to do was get his country back onto a gold standard, get it off of the U.S. dollar, stop being a bitch to the U.S. and start, building up, their country's own greatness. And the U.S., of course, like, oh, nay, nay. So then they
and
sent in the
and you
jackals
know
and
that.
caused
And
destabilization. And then, sorry, I'll let you go in a second here. The U.S.
I'm
really fucked
sorry.
over that country just to keep them dependent on the U.S.
Yes.
dollar. And Gaddafi really was not just to Libya, but he had plans to free Africa, of all of the the European like oppression and everything. Like he was really trying, and that's why he ended up with a knife up his ass. So
When did he actually get assassinated?
today, right now, like this is when he was killed. Him and his son. This is what this
Oh
is.
my
Killed shortly
God.
after the battle while in the custody of NTC fighters, which is his government. So he was in the custody of his own army, and then he must have gotten like either fragged or sniped or something. But
Why are we like this?
because people are awful, people are just flat out awful, and you don't seem to get it. So anyway,
Every, everybody watching, remember that sometimes the U.S. does things that are horrific.
oh, all the time, not just sometimes. Look into Tales of an Economic Hitman. Like that's actually a book, but there's a really good video out there that actually, let's see here. Um, let's see, Tales of an Economic Hitman. Here we go. I'll post this link into the underbar. Well, that's a full
Yeah,
audiobook, 9 hours right there. But the exact one I want to reference here is this one, this little animation, because it really sums up what we do, like for the most part, without the further explanation and everything. Which you should watch the further explanation. Anyway, I'm sorry for being so long-winded. um,
yeah.
but yeah, Soen, your turn, 2014.
Or of 2014, Widodo becomes president of Indonesia.
You read it better than I would have. I was reading it as Widudu.
Yeah, yeah, he's president of
Oh,
Indonesia. He's a metalhead.
here we go. Byron.
Oh my God. If you read that correctly, I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I am Bibbidi Bobo Beijing. Fear me, fat.
2015, U.S. President Joe Biden confirms he will not run for president in 2016.
Yeah, but he will
He
run.
will.
Fuck you. I'm sorry for everybody when I use my foul mouth. That dude is just
Garbage.
a mess. And he drains our infrastructure.
Yep. So, and if you don't mind taking the first 2018, actually.
Sure. 2018, 12,000-year-old fossil called Azulia, oldest known fossil in South America, announced found mostly intact after the devastating fires at Brazil's National Museum.
Oh wow. I wonder how much we lost with that.
Um, a lot.
Yeah. Actually, Brazil's National Museum, right? Yeah. 2018 fire. Brazil. Let's see here. National Museum of Brazil fire. Um, September. Oh wow. So it started in September 2nd. So this is when they're cleaning out the rubble and they find it. So yeah, I'm gonna post a link to this Wikipedia in the underbar if anybody wants to research more. Holy crap, we have a lot of links. Some days we have no links, other days we have a billion. So anyway, you got an agreement of interest here, so in 2018.
In 2018, U.S. President President Trump threatened to pull the U.S. out of an arms control agreement with Russia because Russia has violated its term.
Oh, but he's in coercion with Russia. Good job.
Apparently. And why don't you take this last 2021 and then we'll move on into bursts, Mr.
Or
Sohan.
the last one? Well, there's two good ones.
The COVID one, if you want.
2021 Brazilian Senate inquiry finds President Bolsonaro should face series of criminal charges, including crimes against humanity, for his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So it sounds like he handled it right. That's what I got out of that. So,
Pretty much.
ooh.
Yeah, you did it wrong. You're supposed to blow it out of proportion.
Actually, this second 2021, it's really good.
Also, confirmation that Vikings established settlements in 1021 AD in the New World at Ons Meadow, Newfoundland, provided by New Dayton Peak using solar storms.
That's interesting. So they actually looked into the records and been like, hey, they're recording like a meteor, or they were recording like some kind of like astrological occurrence, and then we can actually we can like turn time back kind of, and like see like based off of where things have moved, where they were back then, be like, yeah, okay, so they're recording. They're talking about this event and it happened at this time, so then that solidifies. That's wild. The amount of ways people figure out how to solve problems, but that's cool. So Vikings beat Columbus by 400 some odd years. So nice. Anyway, before we move on to the bursts, audience members, are there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you want us to elaborate on? Any questions you have? Anything that you want to elaborate on? Open up a dialogue in the comments section down below. Anyway, moving on in the bursts, starting us off in the year 1435, we have Andrea della Robbia, an Italian sculptor, nephew of Luca, born in Florence, dying in 1525. I have no idea who either of those people were, but cool on him that he was a nephew. Then we have Christopher Wren, in 1632, was an English astronomer and architect, St. Paul's Cathedral, born in East Canoyle, in Wiltshire, dying in 1723. Huh. And Carrera has one here in 1784 if he wants.
Henry. Let me try this again. Henry John Temple, third Viscount Palmerston, Prime Minister from 1855 to 58, and then again in 1859 to 65, born in Westminster, Middlesex.
Middlesex. Uh-oh. Does that mean that there's more than two?
We're living
good.
we're living in days of
It's 2022.
yeah. Oh, I love this guy, Arthur Rimbaud, 1854 to 1891, French poet and adventurer. Are you serious? Illuminatus?
Illuminations.
You correct me again, I'll kill you.
I'll correct you all the way.
Born in Charleville, France.
Huh. Ooh, someone has a cool one here.
Yes.
That goes the homeboy.
Yep.
Let's do it.
1859. John Dewey, American philosopher, educational theorist, and writer. Learn by doing. Born in Burlington, Vermont.
Exactly. Learn by doing. You can
You
learn
know
only
what?
so much out of a book.
Do you know what he did though?
He was a educational theorist and writer, so
He was one of the first engineers for electricity.
oh, cool. Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. If you want to look it up, look it up.
I am. No, he was just a writer and stuff. His biography here says he was a philosophy of pragmatism, one of the founders of functional psychology, advocacy of democracy, my pedagogic creed in the school and society. Are you sure you're not confusing him with somebody else?
I might be, bitch.
John Dewey. Yeah, he's a philosopher and a writer and a psychologist. So, maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe he might have had something to do. Like, I don't know. You may be right. I don't know. So, but Sohan, 1877?
1877, Alfred Gwynn Vanderbilt. American businessman, New York Central Railway, born in New York City, New York.
Vanderbilt.
Oh my God, the Vanderbilts.
Yep. Look at that hat.
They are the richest motherfuckers on the planet.
I thought that was the Rothschilds.
Rothschilds, Vanderbilts,
Rockefellers.
yeah, we can go for
Gateses.
days.
Elon Musk. Donald Trump. They're all exceedingly wealthy.
Did you know that Elon Musk is only worth $250 billion?
Only worth?
Not 500 billion,
That's
where
still more than
they.
most countries, dude.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's where he stands.
That's still a lot, though. So, anyway, 1882, we had Bela Lugosi, an Austrian actor, Dracula, Plan 9 from Outer Space, born in Lugos, Austro-Hungarian Empire. Don't look up.
Ooh.
Speaking of from outer space, Sohan, what year was that one sci-fi movie?
1992.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what he's talking about.
Blank blank from outer space. So
I've literally made Xander watch the Smashing Pumpkins tonight like video, which like kind of takes on the Jules Verne
yeah,
style. And
yeah,
I think he liked it.
it was good. Like there's like some vibes from like Journey to the Center of the Earth. Skull Island was Jules Verne, right? Like and then
Yeah,
to the moon and back, stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again. Actually, remind me after the show. I gotta watch that again. But 1891, we have James Chadwick, was an English physicist. Nobel 1935 discovered neutron. Born in Bullington, Cheshire, died in 1974. This guy discovered the neutron, so that's cool. And Mr. Carrera, you got one here in 1891.
1891 to 1978, Jomo um, Kenyatta,
Yep.
leader and first president of Kenya from 63 to 78, born in Kad- uh,
Need
either
help?
way, Kenya.
Yeah. Gatundo. Gatundu, I think. Kenya.
Wasn't he murdered?
Actually, let's see here. Founding father of Kenya. Nope, he was died of natural causes. At least it says here. Um,
Oh, and at 86, he lived a good life then.
he did. It says here he's the founding father of Kenya. So, because of this guy, Kenya, is a thing. So, thank you, Jomo Kenyatta, and that explains the name of Kenya, Kenyatta. It's named after him. Dude, how cool is that to have a country named after you that's still around today? So,
That's some dope stuff.
But you got another one here in 1904.
Oh my God, Tommy Douglas. 1904 to 1906, Canadian politician, father of Medicare, born in Falkirk, Scotland.
Great, Medicare. That's just what we need. State-owned medical providers. Wonderful. More taxes,
Hey,
thank you.
to be honest, he did more for his country than a lot of people.
Well, I tell you what, he's doing a lot more for his country than Justin Bieber. Sohan, you got a cool one here, 1931.
1931, Mickey Mantle, American Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder. 1956, Triple Crown, 20 MLB All Star, 7 World Series, 3 American League MVP, New York Yankees, born in now Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yes,
That's cool. Ooh.
Oklahoma.
This next guy was
Also,
born in 37. Wow, 37, he's still alive?
7, Juan Mariachal, Dominican Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, 10-time MLB All Star, National League wins leader, 1968 MLB era leader, 1969 no hitter, 1963 San Francisco Giants, born in La Guana Verde, Dominican Republic.
Cool.
Why is it like the Dominican Republic and what's it called?
The Philippines?
No,
Puerto Rico, Cuba.
Puerto Rico, Cuba, they just like dominate.
Yeah, no, they essentially, they are, the Caribbean area is to baseball as, inner city or a projects district is to basketball. Like, they do it, it's their pastime.
And football.
Yep. What?
Inner cities are also football too.
Oh, that too, yeah.
I wanted to take this. Do you mind?
Go for it.
Because Tom Pitt, did he die?
2017, it looks like, yeah.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Tom Petty, 1950 to 2017, American classic rock singer and songwriter. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, American Girl. And then you have the Traveling Wilburys, which we talked a lot about. Last night, solo, I won't back down.
I won't back down. Yeah, I heard that on the radio the other day.
Born in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh, he's a Florida man.
He is.
Yep.
He's got them gators.
Yep. And we got Keith Hernandez, born in 1953, a U.S. Major League Baseball first baseman, St. Louis Cardinals, and the New York Mets. Born in San Fran, California, IA. So, yep.
Fuck California.
Yeah, I agree. We got Danny Boyle, 1956, a English film director, Train Spotting, Slumdog Millionaire, born in Manchester, England. Alright. Manchester United football team, oi! Yeah. Oh. 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 Oh.
Can we all vomit at the same time?
It's your turn, Carrera.
I'm not
No, it's
doing
your
it. I'm not
My
doing
turn.
that.
Honestly, it's actually my turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I guess 1964.
Yeah, correct. 1964.
1964. Kamala Harris, American lawyer, politician, and 49th Vice President of the United States from 2021 to now, who was the first African American, Asian American Attorney General of California. Oh, yeah, let's see. We all know how that went.
Yep.
Born in Oakland, California.
Oh
If
God.
you don't stop doing the air fucking quotations, I'll kill you.
Well, we all know how her fucking Attorney General shit went.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
incarcerations.
I I am I am so done with this.
Yeah. She's. Yeah. I don't even want to get into it. Just look into the bill that she helped pass in California involving like a 10-year grace period between an adult and a minor, leaving it up to the judge with no requirements to notify the parents. Look that up. Yeah, I'm telling the audience to look it up. So, anyway, let's move on up here.
One more.
Hell yeah.
Snoop
Okay.
Dogg,
We go
baby.
from the absolute trash to the absolute gold. 1971, Mr. Sohan. Snoop
1971, we
Dogg!
have 1971, we have Calvin Brodus, aka Snoop Dogg. American rapper, what's my name? Drop it like it's hot. Born in Long Beach, California.
Hell
Yep,
yeah.
LBC.
Yep,
Long Beach.
I've been there. Actually, a couple years ago, I used to go there often for Pokemon Go. Great for Blastoids. So,
Actually, he literally fucking mapped me out.
Snoop Dogg?
No, like Long Beach and the gunneries.
Okay. Anyway, 1979, we have John Krasinski, a U.S. actor, director, and producer of The Office and A Quiet Place, born in Boston, Massachusetts. All right.
Oh yeah, he was also Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness.
Ah,
He
okay.
is about to be, yes,
Fantastic.
Mister.
Yep. In 1988, we have Candy Swanepoel, a South African model, Victoria's Secret, born in Mui River, South Africa. Well, I know Victoria's Secret, and you would never believe it. She's an old guy who lives up in Ohio, making money off of girls like you. So, yeah, as the song goes. What the
How
fuck kind of a name is this? Uh,
young
19,
boy.
1999, it's your turn, Carrera.
American rapper, Bandit, Tyler the Creator. First of all, Tyler the Creator is dope.
Hmm.
What the hell is that name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Tell me.
Born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Ah, another Louisiana boy. Now I know of two of them. Moving on into deaths. Why does it so start us off here in 460?
Or start off in 460. Aleo Eurazia and Dallas, Athenian-born empress of the Eastern Roman Empire, consort of Theodosius II, and poet, dies at about 60.
Ah, so around there at the age of 60, give or take. So,
Yeah.
ooh,
And 1740, Charles VI, Holy Roman Emperor, 1711 to 1740, that's after falling ill on a hunting trip at 55. Ooh, that
yeah,
sucks.
that's not good. Then Mr. Carrera, 1890.
1821 to 1890, English explorer and translator, Arabian Night.
It's an Arabian day. Da, 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 da. It is hotter than hot in a peculiar way.
Well, he died at 69.
Yeah.
Shut up.
What was his name though?
Richard Francis Burton.
Well, that's interesting. So he translated the Arabian Nights. So that's cool. That's where we got all of those, like the flying carpet, magic lamp, Aladdin, genies, or the jinns, you know.
We had to do it for the gens.
Yeah. Ooh, you got a good one here. Well, not a good one, but big name, 1964.
Oh, Herbert Hoover. 1874 to 1964. American politician and the third president of the
31st.
United States.
I'm sorry, 31st.
Oh, I read that wrong. Sorry. He was a Republican, 1929 to 33, dies in New York at 90.
Yep. Herbert Hoover, though, one of the worst presidents we've ever had. Because as we know, we know it as the Hoover Dam. It used to be called the Boulder Dam. But during his presidency, 29 to 33, as we know, that's when the Great Depression started, and there are things popping up, homeless cities popping up, and they were called Hoovervilles in honor of Herbert Hoover, who was not doing too well. But the entire world went to shit, so you can't blame him too hard. Um, so in 1984.
1984, we have Paul Dirac, English physician, quantum electrodynamics, Nobel Prize. I'm guessing
Yeah,
dies. Oh yeah, Nobel Prize in 1933. Dies at 82.
that sucks. Uh,
Yes.
quantum electrodynamics. That's some pretty crazy shit right there.
Also, 1988, Sheila Scott, English aviator who completed the first round, the world solo flight by a woman, died of cancer at 61.
Dude, cool. First solo flight around the world. Yeah, that's awesome. We have Burt Lancaster, died on the state in 1994. A U.S. actor, Spartacus Apartment, From Here to Eternity, and Elmer Gantry, to name a few, died of a heart attack at the age of 80. He was born in 1913. And then we have Jack Lynch, 1999, an Irish politician, and Taoiseach, 1966 through 73, and 77 through 79, dying at the age of 82. He was born in 1917. Ooh. Here you go, Mr. Carrera, you Trekkie. Perfect.
You ever do that again, I'll kill you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, I love you so much. American actress, what the hell? Father known as the best Star Trek dies at 96?
Yep. What was her name?
Wow, Jane Watt.
Jane Wyatt. Who was she? Jane Wyatt, Star Trek. Let's see here. Jane Wyatt, Star Trek. Who was she in Star Trek? Oh. Okay, so she played multiple side roles. Um,
Yeah, you know how Star Trek goes. They always have that.
well, yeah, I was wondering if she was part of the main crew or anything, but no.
No.
Anyway, Sohen, 2010.
2010, we have Bob Gion, American publisher, Penthouse, and Omni, dies of lung cancer at 79.
Now he's not affiliated with us, the Omni Coalition. That's a different Omni. So
Also, Muammar Gaddafi, 2011, Libyan revolutionary political theorist and dictator, 1969 to 2011, beaten to death in captivity by a Nusayridian militia of about 69.
Yep, and I remember for a while it became a meme. It was called "Getting Gaddafi," and there was actually like a video of somebody taking a combat knife and plunging it up into Gaddafi's, um, you know, other opening. Not the one up here, the one down there, in the back. So, yeah,
Where?
the butt. He got stabbed in the booty butthole by a combat knife. I can feel your giggling.
I'm trying not to laugh because it's so funny.
Anyway, unless there's another one someone wants to grab, then the show is pretty much over.
Oh, that's it.
All
Uh,
right.
Let me rock the Bruno
Okay.
Martini.
Oh, okay.
So Bruno Martini France's soccer goalkeeper, dude, 31 caps, baby.
Yep.
He I mean,
He was good.
what do you do with that?
You keep him in your cap stash in case of a nuclear apocalypse. So,
And he passed away from heart failure at 58. So that's sad.
2 years ago on this date. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to the Omni Coalition, which in itself has a link to.
Zohan TV on Twitch.
Yep. For your dose of best events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
12 Central.
And for all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I'm
So
Carrera.
I'm
Yep.
Sohin.
All right, and you viewer, of course, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then.